Welcome back, everyone.
Yep, we're finally back to investigating. I'm so sorry, Mr. Wright. I'm sorry for what my sister said. I didn't know. I never knew that the SL9 incident was just another name for the Joe Dark killings.
Sounds like everyone's heard about these killings but me.
That's because you live under a rock, Phoenix. Lana wanted Dark convicted so badly. She convicted him. That's why she used me. That's why she used what happened to me.
Oh. My god.
What happened to you, Emma?
What do you mean, what happened to you?
It's all there in the file. No, it's not. I can't read it. Joe Dark's last victim was Prosecutor Neil Marshall. And he murdered Officer Marshall's brother. He left behind an incriminating piece of evidence.
But what did you have to do with those killings, Emma?
On the night Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered, Joe Dark tried to kill me.
What? He tried to kill you?
Officer Marshall's brother, Neil, was only trying to save me.
So that means you...
Yes. I was a witness in the Joe Dark trial.
I see that one coming. Where's the fucking file?
Okay, so, at the end of the last episode, Dragon was saying that she has some ideas about the actual, end of this case. And, she would like to share them with us right now.
What? I have an idea of who might have killed Goodman.
Yes.
Definitely on that one. Hypothesis has changed slightly.
Okay.
So, forged evidence, I believe, has to have something to do with Neil Marshall. Still. That's still my hypothesis. But we'll see on that one. I think it was Chief of Police Damon Gant. Because he was Deputy Chief of Police then. He was involved in the case. They wanted him convicted just as badly.
Mm-hmm.
But, so he was involved in forging said evidence.
Mm-hmm.
He had to have been. He was the only one high up enough to make things go through the way he wanted.
Yes.
Because if it had to be approved by the police, he's the only one high up enough one in that case to have done it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, both Angel and Marshall wanted the case re-looked at. Both of them did. Because something didn't sit right with them.
Yeah.
So they've got such a grudge against prosecutors. However, Goodman didn't seem to want to. He was happy to let it lie, and so on. But they finally convinced him. So on the day of evidence transfer, he was going to reopen it.
More specifically, you think that Angel Star convinced him because Jake Marshall still stole Goodman's ID and tried to get the evidence out of the locker before it was transferred.
Exactly. I think Angel was able to convince him. And he was going to take another look. So, he was going to do it on the last day. But, if Damon Gant was involved in fabricating the evidence, he wouldn't be happy with that. So he lured Goodman into the evidence lockers, into the evidence room for some reason. I'm not sure what yet, but something to get him there, maybe offering of help, something blah blah blah. But it was his card that was used because it had to have been an executive, right? The only one I can see having any motive for this would be Damon Gant.
Because, as you kind of think, that if Goodman mentioned to Gant he was thinking of reopening the case and Gant forged, he'd want to stop that.
Because if Gant was involved in this case, he was deputy chief, he's chief now, it was this high-profile case that probably got him his promotion.
Mm-hmm.
or contributed to it. He wouldn't want to lose what reputation he has as an upstanding chief of police.
Mm-hmm.
Or an upstanding officer, point blank. But also, I think Gantz is the only one who has the authority and know-how to erase footage, get things to go the way he wants them to, order people to silence. Because, think about it. What were we told about the security footage? That it gets erased every 6 hours if nothing happens.
But if Goodman was still killed
In the evidence room, something would have happened.
And
But that footage would have been there, as we've seen with Officer Meekins' incident. However, there was no footage. Gantz is the only one that could have that wiped.
Because, like, he couldn't offer Marshall to do it, because Marshall, you know, he would probably gonna, no.
Exactly. But he probably would have done it himself.
Well, yeah, that's the thing. Out of everyone in that case, Gant got it good. He became chief of police. All the others demoted, let go, or never worked on another case again. Because Goodman, never been on a proper case since. Angel, fired. Jake, demoted.
Yeah.
And Lana, not sure what happened to Lana. I don't know exactly what her position was at the time.
Not sure either, but still, Gant's the only one that got it good. Why would you want to jeopardize that over forged evidence?
Yeah. So yeah, there we go. The TLDR is Dragon thinks that Damon did it, and we're continuing with our previous hypothesis that Goodman was then dumped in the trunk of Edgeworth's car, sent to the prosecutor's office.
That's another thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I think it's Gant. Because Gant is the one that sent Edgeworth in there. For a random piece of evidence.
But also it's the thing of, but then why would Lana stab Goodman? That's the thing.
That's the thing I'm not clear on yet.
All we know is that her sister was involved in the case. So he has to have, in a sense, some hold over her. Either they forged the evidence together, and they both need to hide it, but then why would she incriminate herself for him? Yeah.
She wouldn't.
Hopefully we'll figure that out.
Maybe her stabbing Goodman is her way of trying to get this all resolved. Because it would have to be investigated, new things would have been turned up, and this would have been uncovered one way or the other.
Yep, that would, you know, cause her to lose her job regardless.
Don't know what's going to happen.
Anyway, good talk. So, well, we actually have reason to actually fucking talk to her now.
It happened 2 years ago. It was right about this time of year too. There was a terrible thunderstorm that day. Unusual for the season. I was alone in my sister's office. We were planning to eat dinner together once she finished her work. Then, suddenly, this terrifying man came bursting into the office.
Joe Dart.
It seemed like he was running from someone. He pulled out a knife and screamed at me. I didn't know what was going on. Just then, Prosecutor Marshall showed up.
Marshall's brother.
Joe Dart tried to take me hostage. But before he could, Mr. Marshall tackled him. Then...
What happened?
I'll never forget it. Lightning struck and the lights went out. Suddenly, a bolt of lightning flashed outside the window, lighting up the office for an instant. I saw then burned a permanent picture in my mind. I can still see it now.
A permanent picture? What did you see in that instant the crime occurred?
Park knocked down Mr. Marshall and raised his knife.
Neil Marshall was stabbed right in front of this poor girl?
I don't remember what happened after that. Apparently I passed out. When I came to, Lana was cradling me in her arms.
Poor Emma, you've been through so much.
I couldn't bring myself to testify about that incident. I tried, but the words just wouldn't come out. I drew a picture, but it wasn't any good.
2 years ago. You must have been 14, that's understandable.
Well, yeah, like, if you're 14 and you've just witnessed a murder, you're gonna be terrified.
Once it was all over, I made up my mind. I decided that when I grew up, I'd become a scientific investigator. I want to be able to fight crime with my testimonies and find the evidence to make an airtight case. That way Lana would never have to forge any.
I see. I think I'm finally starting to understand what makes Emma tick.
So she might have already been aware about the forging then.
There's still something that bothers me about that crime.
I don't remember the moment when Dark stabbed Mr. Marshall.
So you weren't able to testify about that?
No, I was only asked about when I was attacked. That must be why she made up the crime.
Made up? You mean provided bogus evidence?
The prosecutor's office wanted that guilty verdict so badly. Lana forged the evidence, and Mr. Edgeworth used it.
Edgeworth?
Yes, but I'm sure he didn't know anything about it. He couldn't have known he was being given false evidence. Even so, that's when it all started. The rumours about Mr. Edgeworth, I mean. It's all my fault. If I could have just testified properly, none of this would have happened.
So it's true, even though you may not have known it. Edgeworth really was involved in falsifying evidence.
The irony is, in a later game in the series, Phoenix was given false evidence and presented it, and he lost his badge for it. He was given the false evidence, mind. He didn't know. But it was reported ahead of time that there was going to be false evidence presented at some point.
Yeah. Does he get his badge back?
Oh, yeah! He doesn't have his badge in Apollo Justice, which is why Apollo's the main protagonist. And then he has his badge back by Dual Destinies.
Ah.
So whatever storyline they were trying to probably run with Phoenix not having his badge, they must have given up on. Because it was a long time between Apollo Justice and Dual Destinies. Anyway.
After that case ended, Lana was never the same. She became cold, like she is today.
She has not been able to face up to what she did, especially not to Emma. There's something that's puzzling me, Emma.
What is it?
You said you were in Lana's office at the time, right?
That's right.
Why then would a serial killer come running in there? Not only that, but he was being chased by a prosecutor?
Oh, there's no mystery there. Jordark had been taken in for questioning that day.
Taken in for questioning? You mean by the police?
Of course. This happened at the police department. He tried to run away halfway through the interview and fled into my sister's office.
But why did he run all the way over to your sister's office?
Because the detective offices and the questioning room are right across from the elevator.
Across from the elevator? But Lana was the chief prosecutor, wasn't she?
No, silly. Didn't I tell you? 2 years ago, Lana was a detective. She was the best in the entire force.
What? That's news to me.
So Lana came out good after it as well. Yeah, she was made a prosecutor instead, but she was made the one in charge of all the prosecutors.
So the only two people that have come up good from that incident
were Lana and Gant.
Gant.
One moment. Executive investigators. So they were like the people really fully like ahead, on top, in charge.
Mm-hmm.
Damn.
Now you see why I'm thinking Gant.
Mm.
You're really getting into my theory now, aren't you?
Mm-hmm. Note everyone, I've played this story. But I'm still not telling Dragon whether she's right or not because I don't want to spoil it for her. So at the end of this case, you'll get probably a rethink of everything that Dragon said. Or like a short video where it was Dragon was right/wrong all along. But I think you have a very good hypothesis. Anyway.
After the Joe Dart case, she was transferred to the prosecutor's office and made chief prosecutor.
I used to be a detective. Talk with her.
Right then, I guess I know where we're going then.
Well, because of playing with me with my hypothesis.
I'm not.
Maybe I won't share my next one with you.
I'm not playing with you. It's just I can't tell you.
I know, but like I said, it feels like you're just toying with me.
It's
Cat does with a mouse.
it's a thing of I remember like how the cases end, but I don't always remember the journey to the end. You get my meaning? Well, to the detention centre then.
Lana! Mr. Wright, it seems I keep causing you trouble.
Falsifying evidence. I didn't think you were the type.
Criminals don't mind playing foul. Why should we? But Lana, if you're wrong, an innocent person might be found guilty. Believe me, I understand the risks.
Lana. Emma told me about you.
Oh Lord, what did she say about me?
About how you were a detective 2 years ago. And how the SN9 incident was the reason for your transfer to the prosecutor's office.
That's right.
Could you fill me in on the details? Especially about that unusual change of jobs.
I suppose you have a right to know, Mr. Wright.
I'm aware.
Which would you prefer first?
Just say straw. Going on.
Okay.
Take button this time.
Oh, you sure?
Yeah.
It is investigation, and you're supposed to be Feeny.
Fine. You mean I control the back?
I was only sure you could have some nibbles. There you go, Dragon now has controllers back.
A lot of revelations were uncovered at today's trial. Not the least of which was the fact that this case is largely connected to another one 2 years ago.
Evidence from that case was stolen as well. Though I expected as much. I know how obsessive Officer Marshall can be. That trial, it really wasn't fair, was it? I believed in you, Lana. I believed that no matter what happened, you'd always stick to the truth. It couldn't be helped, Emma. At that trial 2 years ago, I sold my soul.
Well, all drama aside, the matter of fact... the fact of the matter is, what?
How did you read that the other way round?
I don't know.
The matter of the fact.
Well, all drama aside, the fact of the matter is, at 5:15, there was no murder at the police department.
Tell me it's not true, Lana. What the witness
Miss Starr said. Why are you stabbing Mr. Goodman with a knife? Lana, I don't understand. Why won't you tell us? Emma,
Stop the corpse.
this doesn't involve just me.
I don't think I've ever seen Lana look so phased before. Let's get back to the pictures.
It's true. I was a member of the police force 2 years ago. She was amazing! They still talk about all the cases she and Chief Gant cracked together.
Chief Gant.
He was the deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked with the crime scenes.
Lana, your voice has changed.
Did it? I'm sorry.
That's Emma's voice.
Oh, right. Ah! I read the name wrong! He was deputy chief of police back then, but he still worked the crime scenes. Damon Gant. He was everything I aspired to be. They were the best team ever! They solved crimes before the reports could even be filed!
I really idolise his big sister. But now you're chief prosecutor. What happened?
I always planned on becoming a prosecutor. The reason I became a detective was to gain experience investigating crimes, so you could use that experience in court, right? Gant's help in the SL9 case was crucial to its resolution.
I'm sure it was.
After that, he became chief of police and arranged my transfer to the prosecutor's office.
Maybe I should ask more about this investigation of theirs 2 years ago.
2 years ago, I was second in command of the detectives investigating Dark.
Second in command? That means the investigation lead was Damon Gant, right?
Yes, Deputy Deputy Chief Gant and I shared the same office and the same investigations.
The same office.
And they were lovers. We led a team of the best detectives on the force. Detective Goodman, whose case it was, Jake Marshall, and Angel Starr. It was the first time Marshall worked with his brother. He was quite gung-ho. Without a doubt, Joe Dark was the serial killer. We asked him to come in for questioning. We were desperate for evidence. That was when his final murder took place.
When he tried to murder Emma.
Prosecutor Marshall was trying to save me from Dark. You see, the first person who happened upon the scene of the crime was me.
Now you tell us.
Damon Gant and Neil Marshall were the ones questioning Dark that day. The investigation was in its final stages, and Dark must have suddenly panicked. So he waited until Gant and Marshall let their guards down, then fled the room. From there, he ran straight to the office shared by Deputy Chief Gant and myself. That's where he found me.
So you were the first person to run to the scene, Lana?
It appears so. I was filing some papers while Gant and Marshall were questioning Dark. When I returned to my office, I saw 3 bodies on the floor and smelt blood.
There's something wrong with that!
Okay, what do you think's wrong?
From what I can understand, Dark is the one on flat on his back, right?
Yes, that is Dark.
So Marshall is on top of him.
Mm-hmm.
He stabbed in the fucking back!
His arm's free to do it. Although it would be a...
He looks like he's flat fucking unconscious!
True.
How would he have become unconscious after stabbing Prosecutor Marshall? Right?
Yeah.
And also, from the angle of him lying down anyway, if Marshall was on top of him,
Life wouldn't be like that.
no, it would be at an angle.
And it would be closer to his arm, not further away from it.
Yeah. Anyway.
My hypothesis remains unchanged. Dark didn't murder Neil Marshall.
Moving
And
on.
that has shown me it couldn't have. Unconscious people can't murder.
No.
3 bodies. Prosecutor Marshall, the victim, Emma, who had passed out,
And the suspect, Joe Dark. During the struggle, it seems Mr. Marshall struck a final blow before he died. Joe Dark had incurred a minor concussion and lay unconscious.
what did you do?
To be honest, I panicked. I picked up Ella, carried her out of the room, and just held her.
Can't blame her after all her sister must have gone through.
After that, I placed Dark under immediate arrest.
Let me get this straight. You were all involved in the SR9 incident.
That's right. Quite a coincidence.
I don't buy it.
What are you saying?
There's no way everyone involved in this trial was also involved in that incident. Just by chance.
But that case was solved 2 years ago!
At least one person went to extremes because they didn't believe it was truly solved.
Officer Marshall, yes. His actions came as a surprise to me as well. Ever since his brother died, he's changed completely. I guess he wasn't convinced with the ruling against Joe Dark. Life doesn't end with the closing of a case. Everyone has to live the rest of their lives with their memories.
That case might not be over yet. Emma was assaulted by Dark at the police department, right?
Yes, and the office that Damon Gant and I shared. The office that Mr. Gant now occupies by himself. Chief's office.
Maybe we should have a look at the chief's office, the site of the final SL9 murder. I don't see Detective Gumshoe anywhere.
Things seem kind of quiet around here today.
You're right, the chief of detectives seems the same though.
Why don't we go look for some other people to talk to?
Right, we can come back here later.
Howdy, Bambina.
Oh, Mr. Marshall!
Never thought things would turn out this way when I woke up this morning. Yes, sirrah, sirrah. You never know where life will lead you, eh, Bambina? Should've known my luck run out when old Billy dried up this morning.
Billy?
Must be his pet cactus. Say, where are you headed?
Just over to the prosecutor's office for a little interrogation. It's a voluntary appearance, but we all know I won't be coming back. Sorry, but you can't go in the entrance room today, partner.
Mr. Marshall, why did you do it?
Why do prospectors head west? If ever there was a case I needed to know the truth about, it was that one.
Before you turn yourself in, Mr. Marshall, would you mind telling us exactly what happened?
Looks like I won't be getting a state lunch today. Something was fishy about that trial from the beginning. Wasn't just me either. All the other detectives thought so.
What do you mean, fishy?
Some of the facts reported were inconsistent with the evidence we found. For example, the murder weapon.
murder weapon. That's Switchblade now for the broken tip.
That was Joe Dark's, alright. But in the initial autopsy report, a question was raised. Question? The blade of the knife was not a perfect match to the wound the victim sustained.
What does that mean?
It means there is a good chance that knife was not the murder weapon. However, in the report that was finally submitted, that possibility had been erased.
Facts been concealed with forged evidence?
Probably. That case left behind scars on all of us.
The scars that the SL9 incident left behind.
I got the looks, but he got the brains. He was one of the best prosecutors around.
He's still pregnant.
Oh yeah. I had just been a detective when it went down. It was our first case together.
How old was he? Your brother?
He was 27 at the time. He was awarded the highest honor that very day.
The highest honor.
King of Prosecutors. What are you looking at me like that for? It's an honor for a prosecutor.
Smash must have really been close to this brother.
The day the SL9 incident took place, wasn't it the same day as...
That's right. It was the day of the evidence transferal.
Interesting.
It was drizzling that morning, and by nightfall, there was thunder. Can't believe 2 years have gone by already. I tried to steal the evidence so the case wouldn't die.
Apparently someone tried to stop you. Jacob Goodman was murdered and the evidence locker was empty.
There was something going on behind the scenes in that one case. We all knew later. Every detective involved in that investigation, save one, was taken care of. Miss Starr was fired, and I was demoted and boxed away in a tiny room.
What about Detective Goodman?
If they did something to him, too, the commissioners would get suspicious. No, they were careful enough to not be too obvious.
They?
Who are you talking about? Don't get upset, Bambina. I mean Damon Gann and Lana Skye. The investigation lead, Damon Gann, and his second-in-command, Lana Skye. There wasn't a person on the force that hadn't heard of that duo. That case was the biggest step in both of their careers.
After the case ended, Lana transferred to the prosecutor's office, right?
Yeah, Damon Gann, the new chief of police, arranged for that to happen. She's never been the same since she left.
Huh?
Everyone who knew her said so. Chief Prosecutor Skye was totally different when she was a detective.
Now that you mentioned it, Anna said something like that too.
Tell me, what happened to my sister?
Sorry, Bambina, but her secret is too well guarded. I never found out.
Lana's secret was started 2 years ago. See, this is only adding fuel to the it's Gant fire.
Yeah. So, there you have it. That's my story. Did you enjoy it, partner?
It was certainly enlightening.
There's one thing for sure I found out in court today. That boy Edgeworth isn't my enemy. He was the one that used the falsified evidence to get a guilty verdict. But everyone else,
No.
but someone else was the one who gave him that evidence and planned everything.
See, again, more fuel to the It's Gant fire that I've got.
Yeah. That someone is Damon Gant. Don't believe me? Well, I don't blame you. I won't even be a trauma net today.
Did you see that?
No, I don't think I did. Ah. Too bad I won't be around to work with you. When you become a real scientific investigator. Adios, Bambina.
Alright, let's move. Oh, duh, I don't want to run into her. No one's here today, not even Miss Starr, thank fuck.
Everyone's probably busy looking into what exactly went down in the evidence room.
That must be where the detectives are.
But we proved in court today that on the day of the crime, no one was murdered in the evidence room at 5:15 p.m.
Yeah, I thought we were finally making some headway in our case.
But instead it looks like we just ended up making Lana look even more guilty.
Hang in there, Lana.
I've got to find all the answers by tomorrow.
Shall we visit the boyfriend?
Yeah.
Mr. Edgeworth isn't here.
He's never in when I call. Maybe he's being questioned by an inquiry committee? He took a real beating in court today.
Yeah, with Lana admitting to falsifying evidence 2 years ago.
I guess we'll just have to come back later.
Yeah, looks like it.
Where should we go?
Well, police department again? Can we go inside anywhere? Criminal affairs again? Oh! Hallelujah!
Yeah.
Hallelujah.
This place is always pretty empty, but today it's deserted.
That must mean everyone's busy solving crimes.
Oh, if you're looking for the others...
Oh! Chief. Is that
Yeah.
Gant? That's not Gant.
No,
that's
that's
the
not
other
Gant. Oh, if you're looking for the others, they're all in the conference room.
Thanks. Wow. He actually talked to us.
With the chief prosecutor saying what she did and the decision about what to do about Mr. Edgeworth, not to mention our statement to the media and tomorrow's trial, there's more chaos going on than Thanksgiving and Christmas put together.
I think festive is the word usually used for those.
Sir, we'd like to have a look around Chief Gant's office.
Just use the connecting hallway in the other building to take the to the other building and take the elevator up to the top floor.
Really?
You mean it's okay for us to just go in there?
I mean, we aren't police officers or anything.
Don't question it.
Hey, you're right. You can't go in there. It's off limits.
Now I see where Detective Gumshoe gets his unique charm.
Well, what are we waiting for? Let's head to the chief's office.
Oh
no.
What the fuck? Man, there's an organ in his office!
The Ganondorf links continue. It's a fucking organ.
No, that's an office, but that is a fucking organ!
Oh, there we go. That's where his theme tune's coming from.
Whoa, where am I?
In the Chief's office, silly.
At least that's what it said on the door.
Check out that pipe organ. That's real, isn't it?
Hey, I used to take organ lessons in kindergarten.
They used to call me Little Miss Bach.
I thought I was a genius until they tried teaching me notes. I never could remember where C was.
Why are you here?
It's his office!
Oh, it's you two. You guys! can't! He put that paper he was reading in his desk. So, Rosa, have you been swimming lately?
What is it with you and swimming?
No, I haven't. I've been kind of busy lately. I can appreciate that. I've had my hands full too with Mr. Marshall's misconduct and Lana's provocative statement. What did you mean about? Provocative statement? Oh, you mean about the forged evidence? 2 years have passed since that incident. My, how time flies. See that big picture on the wall over there? That's a picture of Lana, Neil, and me. Not I adore.
Very much. What? Oh, the trophy. There's a sword with it. Interesting.
So this is Mr. Marshall's brother, Prosecutor Neil Marshall. We took it to commemorate our work together. I've just noticed Gant's buttons match the badge.
Yep. He's very serious about being a police officer.
Something's not right with this picture. I can't quite seem to put my finger on it though. It's staring you right in the fucking face! The trophy! Anyway, I'd like to reminisce all day, but there are matters that need my attention. I'm going to lock up here, so let's go out together.
Oh. But this office, it was a crime scene 2 years ago, wasn't it?
Our case has long since been over. There's no need to investigate it anymore. All the same, we'd still like to have a look around. Perhaps you didn't hear me. I said there's no need to investigate it anymore. Now hurry up and get out. I have a meeting to attend.
Looks like we aren't.
Seems that case isn't over with yet. After all,
What do you mean?
Chief Gant denied our request to search the crime scene. That means there must be a reason he doesn't want us looking around in there.
You mean like a clue?
There's gotta be a way we can get inside the chief's office. Yeah, because if we look at the record, so... Hello.
Let's have a look at that.
Hey, check it out! There's a metal plate here!
Looks like the names of all the previous recipients are engraved on it. So this is the same trophy that Neil was given. It's not another one, it's the same one.
Must be.
It has to be.
Let's keep going.
Wow, Longo's listed a bunch of times. On Karma. I guess he must be a foreigner?
Oh yeah, he would have obviously won it.
Oh yeah, that's probably it.
Wow, wherever he's from, he must have been an amazing prosecutor.
I'd like to meet this Von Karma sometimes. Sometimes.
She says his name doesn't have... His name does have kind of a ring to it. Yeah, it's bust. There's a sword missing from it. Ooh!
Having fun.
So yeah,
Won't be able to do this in the games.
I know. Wahoo.
So I want them to release the other games on Switch.
Okay. Then... See, the thing was always broken, but there's a sword missing.
That pot.
That pot is
That broken one.
that pot. There's a piece missing still, but
Mm-hmm.
wait a minute.
Hey, look! They're hard to make out, but there are some dark red stains here.
Looks like blood.
Do you think Detective Goodwin's blood somehow got on this when he was stabbed?
Not likely. This blood looks like it's been here for months, maybe longer. There's John's evidence in the SL9 incident. That might be when the blood got on it.
Oh, this thing doesn't have a bottom.
That's weird.
I wonder which side is up.
Better yet, what's the purpose of a bottomless jar?
At least it doesn't collect dust inside, right? Declaration, Phoenix.
So, we know that it goes that way.
Mm-hmm.
So, let me just try to get straight. Oh. Okay, it's that way. Okay, so that's the way it's depicted in the picture.
Mm-hmm.
What is the purpose of a bottomless jar? I'm surprised we didn't actually look at this earlier.
We're too busy investigating.
We had no reason to either.
No. Apparently we're just kind of grasping at straws.
But this is just adding fuel to the Gantt fire. It really is.
Mm.
It's gonna be the only shit we have. The text says AI-16.
Hmm.
What's that got to do with anything?
Nothing apparently. At least that's what Edgeworth said.
Hmm. That makes it seem all the more suspicious. Who knows? This might turn out to be a clue that breaks the case.
Wouldn't that be nice? I'm just, I'm just having a look at all the evidence we've collected so far before we go investigating some more.
Mm.
Because we've already come up with 2 things.
Yeah.
And then we know that we still have 777.
Yeah, it's a number. We already examined the knife, I think. Yeah, we already all examined it. Oh. I think, yeah, we have.
It says SR92. I'm not sure. There might be some code.
Yeah, we've already seen that before. Yeah, that we examined that ages ago, so we don't need to worry about that. We don't need to worry about these either, because that's all the old stuff.
That pot.
So there's not really anything more here that we can examine. Criminal affairs again? Hey, something.
Mm-hmm. Hey, pal!
Hey!
Detective Gumshoe! Aren't you supposed to be in a meeting? I'm, just taking a breather. My feet hurt.
From sitting so long?
Actually, from serving everyone coffee.
Oh dear.
Sounds like Detective Gumshoe's still out of the loop. Say, have either of you seen Mr. Edgeworth? Edgeworth? No, why'd you ask? He's under fire from both the police department and the prosecutor's office. It's almost like the battle's between you two in court. That sounds serious.
Is it because of what my sister said?
That's basically what it all boils down to. They falsified his evidence 2 years ago. Now Mr. Edgeworth has the whole world after his blood.
Yikes.
Right, let's do this. why would Edgeworth be blamed? It's not like he knew the evidence was forged. Lana Skye is the guilty party here, isn't she? Regardless, the prosecutor is responsible for the evidence they present in court. Not only that, but as you know, there have been a lot of rumors going around about Mr. Edgeworth. His amazing talents, prosecutors kept him safe from those who don't like him. But now with this,
Are there really so many people who hate him?
in our world, only those with talent rise to the top. Mr. Edgeworth not only has that, but he's young. There's no better recipe I know of for making enemies.
Hey, Dick! Keep up the good work.
Yes, sir.
Let's go out for lunch again sometime. My treat.
Yes, sir.
You're gonna take me back to that joint sometime. Okay, Dick?
Yes, sir.
It seems you don't have any...
Excuse me.
Oh. Sorry.
I believe that's my line, dear.
My dear, I'm so sorry.
It seems like you don't have any problems with enemies. Yeah, well, I'm careful not to stick out. Anyway, I'm a bit worried about him. Under all this pressure, I'm afraid Mr. Edgeworth just might crack. Actually, I took a look at the file earlier while coffee was brewing. He seems genuinely concerned for Edgeworth. Well, did you find out anything? The only evidence Doug left behind was during his final attack. Final attack? When he killed prosecutor Marshall who was trying to protect some girl. I think Detective Gumshoe never realized Emma was the girl. That's when he left the most incriminating evidence of all.
Well, what was it?
Oh, let's see. I think it has something to do with the murder weapon? I forget. Look, it's all written somewhere in here, okay? That was a recollection that failed to impress. Maybe we should show him the murder weapon.
Maybe we should show him the murder weapon. It might jog his memory.
Shall we present first?
I'm sorry, I'm looking at my... I'll cut this out. I'm looking at banking currently. The gas didn't go out, and neither's the, well, the internet goes out later, but the gas hasn't yet, but that doesn't go out till the 20th.
Right.
But we got our money back for electric. Oh yeah, our electric was, like, under when I put the meter
Yeah.
reading in.
So you've just scared yourself for no reason.
Yeah.
God. About this. How is that? There's a tape texture with the label S. Sorry, there's a tape texture with the label S09 incident on it. I believe this would be the broken murder weapon you were speaking of. What are you doing with that? Ever since that case was closed, that knife's been locked away in a locker.
On the day Detective Goodman was murdered, this suddenly disappeared from the locker. I was found in Mr. Edgeworth's car muffler.
That's it! Now I remember what that incriminating piece of evidence was. When you showed me that knife, it all came back to me.
Well, what is it, Detective? Quick, before you forget again.
So, this knife, it was Joe Dark's, wasn't it? That's right. We traced it back to the store he bought it at. Plus, it had his fingerprints on it, too.
But no one actually witnessed him using it to murder anyone, right?
That's where his luck ran out. When you take a good look at the knife, you'll see it's broken.
You don't have to take a good look to notice that.
Yeah, well, anyway. Take a guess where the broken off tip of the knife was found. That's what did him in.
Where was it?
In Jake Marshall. The victim, Neil Marshall, was carrying it. I'm getting the Marshalls mixed up.
That's alright.
Inside his own body.
Gasp.
It was found deep inside the stab wound. Did it match Dark's knife? You bet, down to the last fiber.
That's pretty conclusive.
Still, I don't know if Dark was actually used it. He didn't have power to break the knife.
Mm.
Dark wouldn't have been able to use that kind of power if he was pinned or unconscious.
Let's keep going.
Your dog was 42 at the time of the crime. He was just your run-of-the-mill businessman. Businessman? What made him take to serial killing? One day on his way home from work, he hit someone with his car. Thanks.
With his car, so it was an accident.
An accident, yes, but it transformed him into an animal.
An animal?
Killed a man that witnessed this.
The lady that did get killed by Joe Spencer killed him too, so that's when he
I
stabbed.
cannot. Dark came in front of Jill's run and finally he turned himself in.
So
Seems he was a pretty careless animal.
pretty much he hit someone with a car, he murdered someone who witnessed that, then the person, a lady who witnessed that one, he killed, and then he killed another a kid, and then a jogger came along and he killed them. So, in a sense, he never got done because he killed all of his witnesses.
Of course, this is all conjecture. There wasn't a single shred of evidence. So he turned himself in? Yes, but in the middle of his questioning, he fled and murdered his final victim, Prosecutor Marshall. That crime was witnessed by someone too, but luckily Dark was arrested on the spot. It's a good thing that last witness wasn't killed. That last witness? A.k.a. Emma. Well, there you have it in a nutshell. That's all I know, pal. Can I ask you one more thing? What is it? If it's money you need, you should ask Chief Gant. It's not money, but it does concern the Chief. His office is a crime scene, right? It's where Prosecutor Neil Marshall was murdered.
Chief's out now and his office is locked. But we'd like to have a look around it if that's okay.
Well, any detective's ID card can unlock the door.
What, really?
But if I left a villain in there, I'd be charged with breach of trust.
Breach of trust?
Simply put, I'd be canned. Oh. Sorry, pal. I don't plan on getting fired because of you. How about this ID? Sorry.
How about this ID card? It was Detective Goodman's.
That won't work either. The data was deleted the day he died.
Oh.
How are you sure there are only chance of getting into that office?
I wonder if there's something we could show him that would make him change his mind.
What can we show that would change his mind?
I don't think we have anything at the minute.
Okay, so
But considering how long we've spent, I know we had a huge chunk with you talking about your hypothesis, but I don't want to make this episode too long, so I think we'll leave it here and we'll get back to investigating in a moment, at least for us. So, thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you've enjoyed. More Feeny is of course coming. And leave us a comment in the comment section down below. We'd love to hear what you think.
If you like what you've seen, please consider subscribing to our Patreon and becoming one of our lovely beans today. If, however, that is too expensive for you at this time, please consider a one-off donation on our Ko-fi. Have a 2H today.
That's all we've got time for. Lime out.
Dragon out.